Oh man, it's been surreal. I mean, that first game against Notre Dame. I mean, obviously that's a dream come true. Just to, LeBron James is somebody I looked up to my whole life. I had fat heads in him in my room, all that. So just, I mean, being able to, meet him, shake his hand in person, and have him at the game, watching me play, watching those plays, that's a dream come true. So I mean, it's kind of obvious that environment is, something you get once in a lifetime. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been amazing. I'm glad we've been able to collect 2 wins so far.
Is this what you expected, this defensive performance these first two games, or have you guys exceeded your expectations coming in?
Yeah, I probably say exceeded. We've been flying around. I mean, the D line looks amazing. I mean, it makes our job easy. It's not really, much for us to kind of do back there when they're doing their job, and I mean that's great. That's good defense. So, but now it's definitely exceeded my expectations. Just coming here, everything it was gonna be is new for everybody, and but everybody picked it up great, and I mean we got great athletes making great plays. So it's definitely exceeding my expectations, and I'm excited to keep building though because there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Taylor, you're uniquely qualified to evaluate this. Is the fact that you don't have any turnovers through 2 weeks a bother to your defensive coordinator, or is he not harping on that to you all because
Right.
of one touchdown and 8 quarters?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's bothered by it just because, when you look at, I guess, ranking defenses and things like that, turnovers play a part. But I'm sure Coach knows it was more happy about us just, shutting down, basically just stopping them from scoring, like just stopping the offense from putting the ball in the end zone or putting points on the board. I mean, he's satisfied, but he's probably gonna want all the statistics and things like that. So I mean, he's gonna want some turnovers, and I think if our D line keeps playing the way they are playing, guys are gonna have to throw the ball, and I mean it's gonna bring opportunities for turnovers, and we definitely work on it in practice, just punching at the ball, trying to get the ball out. So I think they'll come, but yeah, I don't think Coach knows is too worried about it.
He sort of suggested yesterday that he'll come as everybody gets more comfortable.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's definitely true. Because when guys get more comfortable, you can take a little more chances, do a little more. You feel comfortable in the defense to know, okay, this play might be coming, so let me cheat and maybe steal one. Things like that happen, but right now, I mean, everybody's doing their job, and then we're not allowing many points, which is good. So, but yeah, like he said, as guys get more comfortable as time goes by, I think guys will be able to take more chances.
Yeah, you guys have had quite a few moments of truth in
Right,
games
right.
that y'all passed.
Hmm.
What does that do for a new defense? That y'all are implementing. What does it do from the conference?
Right.
Can you feel it rising?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely. I mean, just even game one. I mean, you could feel it just being out on the field. Cause I think I said this before. Our first game. Like, you don't really know until you know. And so that was a chance for us to show it these past 2 games. And I think actually, doing it and us seeing that we can do it. I mean, we like bet. Like, you know, every time we step on the field, it's kind of like, man, they shouldn't score, which is a mindset that is a little different from I think what people had before. So now when we step on the field, it's like, man, they're not scoring, and when they do, we're upset, So just you can kind of see that rising and see the expectation for our defense rising as well. And I mean, we love it, so it's all good.
And who's really stepped up in your mind over the last several weeks, Tanner?
Right, right.
Surprised you a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe Lathan.
Yep.
Although everybody was talking about him.
Yep, yep.
But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Lathan's definitely a guy that coming off an injury. Um, it's a competitive university, competitive safety room. So with him coming off an injury and just being able to pick up the defense so fast because he didn't do spring. So him picking it up, I mean that's great. And I mean that's my guy. I mean he comes to me for a lot of things as far as with the playbook wise and things like that. So I'm impressed with him, and obviously everybody knows Mike Hall. I'm excited to see him flying around making plays, and I'll probably say Tommy. Tommy is somebody that I wouldn't say shocked me, but I'm impressed just because being a linebacker in that defense, you're expected to do a lot of different things, make a lot of different checks, and run around and fill a lot of different gaps, and he's been doing it. So and it's been exciting to see him make all those plays. So yeah, Tommy, it's been fun watching Tommy play as well.
Tanner, how does having a coordinator who's willing to be aggressive and creative give you all the confidence to kind of play that way and be playmakers?
Right. I mean, like you said, Coach Knowles is aggressive. So in the back end, knowing that you kind of got to play like, okay, he's gonna try to get after the quarterback. So sometimes it's gonna leave you on an island. And for corners, nickels, safeties, all of us back there. I mean, we got to hold our own, and sometimes it leads to maybe they make a play, and I think Coach Knowles knows that, and the fact that he trusts us and trusts the talent that he has to be able to play so aggressive. I think that holds some weight for us, and we appreciate that, and we want to go out there and execute, but. I think it builds confidence in us as well. Like just having a DC that knows, I can send the house, and I know my guys in the back end are gonna hold their own. So that just comes with the territory. And like I said, they may make some plays, but I think 9 times out of 10, we're gonna hit home. So I enjoy playing an aggressive, competitive defense.
Tanner, what do you think it is that's enabled you guys to have success so quickly here, whereas at Oklahoma State maybe it was more of a gradual process?
Right. I'll probably say just the players buying in and also the coaches buying in. I mean, obviously, Coach knows, when he came over here, I came along as somebody that could help. But, I mean, he brought over some guys on the staff as well that done a great job. Coach Guerreri, I mean, he's somebody in the safety room. Coach McGrath is another guy in the safety room. Coach Coy McFarland, I mean, Brent Sabdeski. I mean, he brought guys that knew the system so they can teach the players as well. It's not just Knowles trying to teach everybody. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of eased it as well. And, like I said, guys just really buying in and wanting to be great. Guys wanting to change the narrative of Ohio State's defense. I think that's really what did it.
Coach Knowles was saying yesterday that he doesn't like I guess he doesn't love the bend but don't break label.
Oh, yeah.
Aggressive and get the offense the ball.
Yeah.
Is that like check out?
Yeah, definitely. Because that's kind of something, if I can remember when I first got to Oklahoma State, that's kind of something that, they would say bend but don't break, which kind of is basically saying like give up yards, give up first downs, but just hold on for the for the offense. And I think Coach Knowles' mind is like we can win games on defense. Like if the offense, if they struggle or maybe they can't put up points, they can rely on the defense that we're gonna stop the opponent's offense. So I think that's Coach Knowles' mindset. Like we can be a dependable defense to be able to go out there and win games for the team because it is a team sport. I mean, offense and defense got to work together. So I think that's probably why he doesn't like that bend but don't break mindset.
Hey, Tanner, I know you played a big-time program at Oklahoma State. Compare that media-wise to
Right.
what you're dealing with here. Like,
I mean, yeah.
how is it
Yeah.
Ohio State?
No, it's definitely different. Like we didn't have things like this. I mean, maybe one guy talked to the media after practice some days, but I mean, it wasn't cameras and microphone. It wasn't like this. So it's definitely different. I mean, Ohio State is obviously a top 5 program. This is normally a top 5 program, so it's like you kind of got to expect that. Not saying, I mean, Oklahoma State's a great program as well, but being in Columbus is kind of a different city than when I was in Stillwater. So, but I've enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like I'm media trained, so it's fun, man. And I know the fans enjoy it. So, I mean, I'm here for it.
I know you said you enjoyed it. Did you
Right.
expect this?
Yeah. I kind of did, especially coming over being a new guy. I figured it'd be a lot of different questions, different, people just want to know, fans want to know things. So, I mean, I kind of expected it, but I mean, like I said, I didn't think it was gonna be like this, to be honest, because this is kind of next level. So, but like I said, I've enjoyed it.
You played with a couple really good linebackers at Oklahoma State,
Mhm.
Rodriguez, Devin Harper.
Yep.
How did Tommy and Steele compare to those guys?
Right. I mean, it's Malcolm and Devin, great player. Like, I mean, you see Malcolm with the Lions right now playing. I mean, not really surprising to me, but obviously guys are kind of getting his name. But playing with those two, like I said, it made our job easier. And like I said with Tommy, I've been surprised to see him flying around and Steele and even Cody. Cody getting in there now. Like our linebacker group is pretty talented. Obviously, Malcolm and Devin were really comfortable in the system, so they made a lot of plays as well. But I wouldn't compare them because they're different types of players. Malcolm is kind of undersized, but makes it happen. But Tommy has still got the potential to go in the league and do the same thing. So, like I said, it's just been fun watching them fly around and play, and making our job easier in the back end.
Are you surprised by that? Last couple of questions. From last year, or because what you saw on tape last year? What do you think
Nah,
makes the difference?
Right. I'd probably just say just kind of the mindset, I guess the reputation maybe. Just, I mean, it's obvious that the media and everybody wanted a better defense from the last year. The players knew that. I mean, everybody, the coaches knew that. That's just a fact. So, coming in, like I said, you don't know until you know. So, if we go out there and, give up 100 points, then, people are going to be like, okay, it's the same old, same old. So, when we actually got to, finally see the defense come together and everybody playing on the same page and everybody flying around, like I said, it built our confidence. So now, when we go out there, we got a mindset that nobody scores. So I think that's, probably what I've seen just from the offseason till now, actually getting 2 games under our belt. hmm
Defensive backfield credit with 4 tackles.
Right. Yeah.
Does that number like pop out to you? Because
Yeah.
that seems really, really low.
Yeah, no, I mean that's great. I mean, I said that a little earlier. Just the D line and the linebackers. That front group has been playing amazing. It's not, like I said, it's not really been much for us to kind of get to just because they've been swallowed up, and that's fine. If that's how the season's gonna go, I mean, I'm here for it. But yeah, so if the D line and the linebackers, they play the way they play, I don't think, like I said, offense is gonna have to put it in the air because you can't just keep trying to run the ball and they're stuffing it up. So they're gonna have to put it in the air, and that's when we do our job and we make plays. So. Nah, I wouldn't say get bored, but I mean it's really exciting just watching them. Every play, you back there, you like, man, he's swallowing things up. I mean he back there making all them tackles, so it's kind of just exciting seeing your brothers, do good and seeing your brothers, fulfill their dreams, and I get hyped with them, and it brings energy to the defense, brings energy to the team, and I think it just transfers to the other side of the ball and special teams and everything.
It sounds like it seems obvious though, like that makes your job easier.
Yeah, it definitely does.
From a mindset standpoint, like to not really have to worry about stopping the run with the safety because you have a front seven like that. What does that do for you guys in the back end?
I don't think it really changed anything because when you're a defensive back, you always got to be on your P's and Q's because at any play, you could be counted on to make a big play to stop a touchdown or to stop a explosive play. So you can't really get lulled to sleep just by your D line and your linebackers make all tackles because, like I said, one can pop and it's on you to get it down, or a shot can happen and it's on you to defend that pass or get an interception. So I don't think it changes anything. You still got to play each down one by one and read your keys and execute your job.
Tanner, when you were a young DB, do you remember your first bad game?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, it's definitely. I think I've had a few because I had to play as a true freshman, so I had learning curves for sure playing the Big 12. So, and learning to do defense my first year as well. But yeah, I definitely remember my first year of bad games.
When you have it, especially because the position you play,
Yeah.
does it feel like it can kind of pile on you for a while, and then how does that maybe impact your
Right.
mindset going throughout that game?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely if you let it, it definitely can affect you. But DB's got to have a short-term memory because, like I said, especially in this defense, it's an aggressive defense. You're gonna be on an island, and that's just what Knowles is gonna expect from you. So when you're on that island, they may make a play, but you just gotta have a short-term memory. Think about the next play, and when you make a play, it kind of builds builds momentum for yourself as well. Just like if you make a bad one. So I think if you have a short-term memory, it'll be no problem. And I think all of our DBs have short-term memory. So.
The things that you wish when you were younger you would have handled maybe a little bit better that you kind of know now that you've been doing this for a while?
That's a good question. I'd probably say just trust my training. There were times where I do something in practice all week, and then you get in the game, you get under lights, and then you kind of turn away from your training and what you've been working on. So I just say sticking true to your training. Practice reps make game reality. So what you do in practice, you got to do in the game and execute it. So that's probably one thing I'd say.
And so how was Denzel on the sideline?
Right.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah. Denzel. He's a type of guy that he's hard on himself. He's harder on himself than a coach may be, or a parent. He wants to be great, and you can see that. So if he feels like he's not playing well, he wants to be great, so he's gonna be hard on himself. But he was very confident on the sideline. He wanted to know what he was doing wring. Coach Wall, he's the corners coach. He was coaching him up. He wants to know what he did wrong. But I think he had a short-term memory. He went back out there and made some plays. I think they got him on a couple PI calls. But he went back out there and made plays, and none of us panicked because we know Denzel. We know he's one of the best corners in the nation. So none of us were panicking, thinking like, So I think he just having that confidence and just wanting to know what he's doing wrong, getting back out there, making more plays, just shows that he has that short-term memory.
Thank you, Tanner.
Yep, no problem.